Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Do yourself a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Hey, these are confusing times. We had a PPI this morning, Producers Price Index. All right, follow that prompter below. If you've been rolling with me, hit the like button. Producers Price Index, and it came out this morning. Of course, we had my man here, the Forever Screamer. As you can see, the markets were up in the morning, right? So it was slightly green in the pre-markets. And then as the PPI data came out, it started to go even more green. All right. So then I want you guys to look at this. Okay. So this is the US numbers here. And as you could see, it was cooler than expected, right? So PPI month over month, 2.2, 0.2 versus 0.3. You could see that, right? And we could see core month over month, 0 versus 0.2. You could see the data right there. Well, a lot has changed since then. We are here now, as we could see the NASDAQ. I don't have the Dow in here. The NASDAQ and S&P ran up this morning, right? So we had a run up. You could see, look at where it was. You could see that the NASDAQ was up like 180 ish, 174 ish. You could see the S&P. For those of you that were in options, you could see that you were making money. Okay, if you had call options, you were doing good. And then a straight dive. Look at that. Straight dive, straight down. Now, this is on the day, as we could see now, the NASDAQ at the time of filming is negative 87 points. So you're talking a huge swing from 178 positive, the NASDAQ, to now negative 85. So huge swings, a big sell-off, right? PPI, I didn't get too excited about, and I warned my stock crypto club as we looked at a few things. We were looking at MicroStrategy, which I bought some yesterday. These stocks are crypto stocks, and they were all green today, as you can see, and they were doing good, right? And MicroStrategy is still up. Even the quantum computing stock, look at that. That was this morning. They were all up by double digits. And then the sell-off, right? And so we got to see exactly what's going on here. Stock market today, S&P 500, NASDAQ reverse earlier gains as PPI inflation data. So we could see here in this report, the Producers Price Index, which tracks price change companies see at a wholesale level, rose 3.3 over last year, up 3% November here, but less than economists expected. It rose 0.2% over the previous month, also less than expected. According to this report, not what I'm saying, what Yahoo is saying. Meanwhile, President-elect Donald Trump's team is considering a month-by-month rollout of promised tariff increase rather than imposing higher levels in a single move, right? And so they're saying that this is causing the market, is spooking the market, okay? Listen, tariffs will cost. And at the end of the day, tariffs, regardless of what it's used for, even if it's a bargaining chip, will cost you and I at every post, right? Tariffs on anything, automobiles, clothing, refrigerators, dryers, anything that's coming across the border. If there's a tariff put on it, you and I, at the end of the day, is going to pay it, right? And so that's why, according to Yahoo, it's spooking the market. Not according to Larry, according to Yahoo. Now, it's just PPI is a precursor to CPI. CPI are the numbers that we are really keeping our eye on. It could either reverse this reversal for today, or it could further and future tank the market. Here's a few mentions. MicroStrategy, I bought it. Of course, it's selling off right now at 2%, but it was up much more. And it's selling off now as we speak. But I am cool with the positions that I bought. And I am going to look to buy a little more. All right. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then Palantir. Palantir had some good news. Not good news, not Palantir. But Palantir is up by 1.42. You have some small stock like SoundHound that actually popped today. Where is that? There we go. Look at that. So you got Sound that popped today. Actually, it popped on this data. So you got stock like, let me just build something out right here. As you can see here, when I put in Sound, you can see that now it's down by 2.38%, though it was up earlier, but you can see the warrants, right? The warrants are up by 9%. So let's just put Sound in there. And let's put APLD. APLD was also green this morning. All right, let's do that again. APLD was actually green this morning, and it is up now by 6.9%. But we could see it was up more. As you can see, they were both up more, and now they are coming down. There was some more Applied Digital news that we could talk about later. I want you to Google what happened with APLD, and you could see why it actually ran up today. I just wanted to point out these two, Sound and APLD. Now, if CPI comes out positive like PPI actually did a little this morning, and it reverses the market, you're going to see these two run. You're going to see quantum computing run, and then you're also going to see the rest of the overall market. But these are really hot, and they are data dependent, really. And so bad data, they dip by double digits. Good data, they rise by double digits, all right? And so let's look at two of the big dogs while we have you. We can see that Tesla is up and Nvidia is flat. I'm glad that I, held on to my Tesla. It's doing well. I am buying Nvidia right now. I am starting to DCA back into Nvidia just to let you guys know, as I let my stock crypto club know. And I am literally just buying right now because of it being down over the last 3 months. So we're looking for opportunity, okay? But I want you guys to keep your eye, because the SPY, right? The SPY is getting high, right? The SPY is getting high, good people, and we got to see what's going on with the rest of the market. I can almost guarantee that the fear index, the fear and greed index, is going higher. Let's look at this right quick. All right, we're going to see what's going on with the fear and greed index, and I can guarantee that there's a lot of fear right now. What's going on? There we go. The fear and greed index is at fear. Look at that. And then we're going to go to extreme fear. And I will tell you guys that haven't heard this before, we buy fear, we sell greed. Fear, that means to me that there's buying opportunities. Neutral is neutral, but fear represents buying opportunities to me, and extreme fear means I'm buying deeper, okay? And you got to be a stock picker, right? That don't mean the whole, everything is just green, right? So here's what I want to tell you real briefly and leave you guys to the rest of your day. I know it's confusing. I know people say, Larry, hey, you say you were bullish, and then, what about the Trump trade? Well, the Trump trade is in a correction, not a recession, a correction, right? I showed you guys that on yesterday's video. But I also want you guys to know that I am still bullish pre-inauguration, okay, in certain stocks in certain areas. I'm bullish pre-inauguration as it pertains to crypto. And I have to show you what is the good news and the bad news, like I did with Tom Lee on yesterday. I can't just show you the good news, right? So I want to address this, good people. And I just want to address this because a lot of people think this, right? So this gentleman said Bitcoin is at he invested $1,000, right, at 91K, so 91.8, right? Only got me pennies, right? So he's kind of complaining. We just want to help him because a lot of people think this way, right? So he was just saying you got to have tens of thousands of dollars to make money with crypto, right? So let's go down to the second one. Just today went up 1,800 to 96. That was up 4,547, right? Only gained him $42.74. Could have done way better other places. Okay, so I want to KT, I'm gonna call you KT. I want to quickly tell you that you have to look out at the long range. Listen, I've been doing this a long time, and I know where you're at. I was there when I first started, so I was like, I'm only going to buy stock that was under $5 so I can get more shares. I'm going to make more money. And that's not the way you do it. You look at the percentage, right? And so, listen, yeah, Bitcoin right now is actually at 95, 96, I believe, right? So it's going up. Bitcoin is going up as we speak, right? And so your money, I will tell you, that all you have to do is look at compounding interest if you continue to buy more. Number one, you bought at 91. And I want someone that is hearing me, I want you to, so Bitcoin is at 96, 97 right now. I want someone else to post where you bought Bitcoin at and how long. And I want you to let him know, him or her know, where you're at now. So if you bought it at 91.8, where do you think that's going to be when Bitcoin is $1 million? Whether it's 10 years or 15 years or 8 years, where do you think it's going to be? And so it's not about you putting all your money into one asset, but I will tell you that Bitcoin this year is going to be one of the best performing assets. So you can't just put money in. If you bought it at 91, that means that you haven't been in here long. And if you're trying to get rich overnight, you're going to get wrecked. People that's trying to get rich is going to get wrecked, trying to get rich short term. So I want you to look at the percentage because Tesla did that for me in 2020, pre-split when it was $3,000. It was $2,100 and I bought it. And then literally months later, it was like $3,000. It was like $1,900. And then it was like 30 days later, it was $3,000. So you look at the percentage, right? And so that's how you accumulate real wealth. And in closing, I want you guys to know, I have to report the good with the bad, right? And on yesterday, I shared with you with crypto of what Tom Lee said of where it could come down to. And I know I just said we were down 10%, but we weren't down just 10% from the highs, right? It was just short-term 10%. And you guys were right. You got to look at the high and you got to look at the pullback, but you also got to look at the false starts also. Bitcoin is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it is where it's supposed to be at. And believe it or not, I'm going to step out on a limb and I'm going to say, in spite of all the news I have to bring you, I'm going to say that I still believe that there could be a Trump inauguration run on Bitcoin and all crypto. All right. So that's what I believe. But I have to bring you the good and the bad news so you could be prepared. My question is, were you buying it under 91? And I want you to be honest. And if you wasn't buying Bitcoin just yesterday, just in the last 48 hours, if you weren't buying it at 90 when it dropped down to 90, and if you weren't buying it at 91, then why will you chase it at 100? That is the reverse of what you should do. So instead of getting scared when we see them dip down, when we see these things dip down, That's when we need to be brave and buy. All right, good people. Stock Up You will be going up at the end in February, so go ahead and partake of it now. Stocks and crypto and Money Moves will be live, though it's live now. My Money Moves Stock Crypto Club is the second link below, and that's where I'm spending my time just feeding the people. Okay, I will talk to you maybe later today or maybe tomorrow. Love you guys. Make sure you put in where you bought Bitcoin at, when you bought it, and how much you've made off of it, so we could help what this family member. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, so we can help educate and just show them, if they are patient, they have the potential to make a lot of money. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.